Hello everybody, welcome back to Levosh Gaming. You got a nice view of Sparks right in the beginning there. We are back in our speed run of Spyro 2. Personally, I'm picking up about 4 seconds after the last one I had stopped recording. It's still just me sitting here in my room talking to myself. I can pretend I'm talking to Pierogi, I guess. The puppy's around here somewhere. And I guess we're going into Skelos Badlands because I got vaguely near the portal and it's like, oh, you're going in. Oh, okay, it's just trying to run by. I mean, these guys are stupid cavemen. But they really went out of their way in Reignited to make them stupid cavemen. Why does nobody get offended about that? Where are all the cavemen in the world getting offended about the, how cavemen are stupid? Ow. Sorry, I just hate double standards. I'm really trying to get political, I guess, without getting political. I don't know. For like small adjustments to the camera, particularly like left and right, the mouse works really well with the camera. It doesn't work so well up and down. No idea why. It just seems to be how it is.
Spyro,
Seems laughably easy right now. Like, I'm having time to look and count all of the remaining eggs to figure out where they are. That's gotta be accelerated in the original, right? They had to have slowed that down. Anyway, I combined this with like the end of the level for the D&D thing. Because I'm going to keep talking about D&D. I don't care. So all of these guys just kind of came and ate all the villagers. It was a lot of fun. Okay, just go into the building. That's fine. Then I gotta hurry over here. Oh, I got plenty of time. You want some more? I don't, because this is supposed to be a speed. I don't think I've been doing particularly good, but I don't think I've been too bad. I'm not even sure what the first one clocked in at. Ow. Anything else I can complain about with Reignited? They made Spyro have a big ass. Overall, I think they made the game a little bit easier, which... Trying to appeal to a younger audience, yeah, that makes sense. Again, though, that's not the audience, it's not their actual target audience. Any kind of remastered game, you're not targeting it to new people. You're trying to get the same people to buy the game again. Kind of like Pokemon. Though, I guess you a little bit more get new people to actually get new kids, young kids get into it. But a lot of the people that buy the new game again, are the same people that bought the last game. And the game before that, and the game before that.
I'm so...
Like, I've bought almost every gen of Pokemon game since Gen 2. I haven't beaten one, I think, since... Well, I guess I just beat Let's Go Eevee. I had gotten most of the way through it when it came out. It was about the same time I started to date Cat. Ah, fuck. I'm gonna die because I can't control myself, because I don't know these controls. It's really bad when there's lava everywhere. It's funny, this lava actually looks like crap. Like, this lava is like laughably low res. Possibly worse than the default lava. I like the lava bubbles. Those are... Okay, I take it back. The bubbles are the saving grace. What the hell was I talking about? Pokemon, new gens. I'm a Gen 1 and 2 type guy. Gen 3's okay. Gen 3's the one I probably actually played the games most of. Played the hell out of Emerald. Silver was my first game, so when they remade Heart Gold and Soul Silver, I like that a lot. I hope they remake it again soon, because that's what playing Pokemon, that's what I really want to play is Gen 2. Johto, and then getting into Kanto. Because Gen 1 and 2 really are almost the same thing. I mean, the first episode of the show, you see Ho-Oh, who's from frickin' Gen 2, in the first episode of the show of just Gen 1 Pokemon. Those are the only gens that are made to go together. They actually link up and are one large landmass. The Pokemon complement and are an extension of the other one. The gyms all connect up. They use the same Elite Four instead of like, oh, we're a new region. We have new guys. I didn't realize that was the last Lava Toad, or I would have gotten the gems in there first, because now I have to go back for them. I'm sorry. I'll never do that again. That's a lie. I'll do it at some point, but not in this episode. I remember my brother and I really getting down to that when we were young. Alan, who's appeared on at least a couple of these videos. Okay, I'll get that in a minute, because I've got to go do the upper area first anyway. Which will take me back to the beginning of the level. Oh, excuse me. That was a big one. Ow! Okay, just stop flying. Stop flying, Spyro, that's fine. A big bone. I think this was going to be like a bone club or something. For D&D, again. I always used to kill these guys, but you don't even need to. They don't give gems in this game, so fuck it. Killing them just powers up the power-up that I don't need anymore. Is that everything? Okay, Sparks, buddy. Somewhere. Oh, okay. I think I know where they are. I think it's 20 gems in this. They're on the lava right near that little platform I had that had 25 gems. But I need this thing. Or I can just go take some damage. Either way. Yay! Oh, good. Alright, one level in World 2, down already. Before I accidentally jump into another level though, let's go learn to climb ladders. Because we definitely need to learn how to climb ladders.
Well, well.
Yes, please.
You use.
Yeah. To climb a ladder, jump on a ladder. Okay, thank you. Goodbye. The first two things are like really stupid how simple it is. To swim in the water, jump in the water. Okay, goodbye. Skull Bash. That's a little bit different. Is it Skull Bash? Or am I still... Is that related to my Pokemon tangent that just went on? Because I think that's a move. Is that how you hit trees in Gen 2? I think so. Do I have all the gems in this lower area? I think so. Okay, let's do Breeze Harbor. Breeze Harbor's fun. Have some trouble on the trolley, eh? But I like the trolley. It's one of the more fun minigame things.
Please excuse the mess, Spyro. If you could stoke up the.
It's good putting the minigames in because they are a change of pace from the main game, but I do think they take away from the game a little bit too. Having like one minigame thing in each level I think would be the ideal. My personal opinions. Spyro 1, again, my favorite. I agree, probably not the best Spyro game. I think 2's really the best. I think 3 takes things a little too far, and I think has the worst level designs. Again, when I think of like the levels in Spyro 3, I'm like, okay, World 1, don't really like that one. That one's okay, I don't really like that one. I can actually start naming levels if you want. So first there's the Roman level in Spyro 3. Not a huge fan. It's okay. There's nothing bad about it. But it just isn't a super fun level. But most of the first levels are kind of wind up in the middle anyway. As okay. Oh, I thought I actually heard that guy pop. There we go. So yeah, most of the early levels, there's Cloud Spires, something like that, which is kind of shitty. I always find it kind of annoying. It's really hard to move to the right and do the hover. I think Control also hovers, though. Oh god, I need to get used to Control being the button. Because for one thing, I can just keep my pinky on that. We're good to go. Spreads my hand out a little bit more, which is uncomfortable, but it works much better than F, because it's hard to move to the right and hit F. Oh fuck, it's the same side. Cloud Spires isn't the best. There's the Tiki Lodge. I always think the Tiki Lodge is okay, and then I think like going through each area of the level, like each little sub area there, which is more of a design of. Nah, I guess Spyro 1 kind of does it too. Nah, well, I guess it depends on the level. But Spyro 2 and 3, I can definitely tell a lot more of the like sub areas that there are. Spyro, where the hell are you going? Spyro 2 and 3, though, you can tell there's like different areas of the level. Like there's this area clearly separated by the water. There's this area in the front separated by the whirlwind. So there's each of these little sub-areas that you kind of like enter an area, kill all the enemies, grab all the loot, and then move to the next one. Kind of like kicking down the door mechanics in D&D now that I think about it. I don't know. Spyro 1, some levels follow that in Spyro 1 and some of them don't. It's just so much more apparent, I guess, in 2 and 3 that it starts to irk me. I don't even know what I was talking about in the beginning. I'm ranting about something again. Oh, levels. That's right. That's what I was ranting about. So thinking of the different like areas in the Tiki Lodge level,
Here's that orb I
I don't have any fun in any of the individual areas. Each area is just kind of there. It's a bit of a drag. So I don't too much like that level. There's the beach, which is like it's not quite a water level, but it's got the really hard Sheila thing where you have to like break the fortress, so that's okay. I'm actually pretty okay with that one. It's probably my favorite level of World 1. I think the flights have a little bit too much to them. Having the actual going through the actual collectathon part of them, and then there's the race, and then there's a mini game. I think that's a little bit too much going on for a flight, maybe. I don't know. It's also okay. I kind of like how Spyro 1 mounts. The flight is the mini game in the game, basically. It's the only thing that switches you up from the main thing that's going on. I was just thinking, like, why do I never do this first? Because you have to go onto the ship to kill, like, one more guy. And I've died many times with this thing trying to fling you on the ship, and it just doesn't work. That is an issue with the original game that they did fix. Nah. I feel like that's what I'm doing right now. But this guy actually has better AI than those guys. There. Now I've gotten their warship ready to go assault the land blubbers. And then we'll go to their level and save them from the breeze builders. Again, talking about how most of the levels, in Spyro 2 particularly, most of the levels are made in pairs. There's Sunny Oasis and whatever the hippo place is. Those two levels in the desert, they fit together. Then there's the two Satyr levels, Fracture Hills, and I can't remember the name. The one with the volcano, though. Scorch is the other desert one. These two fit together. This fits with the land blubbers. Then there's the two cavemen ones, the lava and the cold. So you can see how there's like a poetry to the levels in Spyro 2 particularly. How they're made in pairs and kind of fit together. It's just a cool thing. I think it's really neat. Alright, almost there. Might actually do this the first try. It's not that I have a lot of trouble with this in particular, but usually it does take a try or two. I've decided it's going to be 5 videos for Spyro 2.
That was great work, Spyro.
So we're going to have... By the time you're watching this, we're going to have the first episode that you'll potentially have watched, hopefully have watched. Oh, 100%. Except for the talisman. There'll be the first world. We'll have 2 videos on the second world. We'll have the third world. And then there will be cleanup, which will be going back to Worlds 1 and 2 and doing those couple things and Dragon Shores. So the 5th video is going to be a little bit quicker, I think. Unless I have a lot of trouble with the trolley, probably, at Dragon Shores. It's the only real hard one. Yay! Let's do the Speedway. Mix it up just a little bit. Only if we have enough orbs.
Well done, Spyro.
This is probably like we needed 10 orbs or something, and we have, what, like 30? It's a nice mechanic when you're a kid first going through the game, but at this point I have a pretty good idea of what I'm doing. Oh, I think there's an achievement for this for doing, like, the jumpers first, or maybe? Maybe? I don't know. I was looking at the achievements a little bit, because I like getting achievements. I do like how the method of these flights better than Spyro 3 as well. Spyro 3, you have a set amount of time for the flights. Whereas these, you get more time depending on getting things. It's so bad. These are just like construction workers just going around, setting them on fire and knocking them off of pedestals into the water far below. It doesn't seem like something a good guy would do. Not that I care. At least in Spyro 1, you're doing it to Norks. You know, the bad guys. But in this, they just seem to be people. In fairness, we're also like murdering all of the people of the areas.
We've been having a great.
Okay. That's right, I've just got to catch the bags. Have I finished a sentence this whole video? I don't know, I feel like I do that a lot when I explain things. When I get distracted by, like, gameplay as well. I'll start saying something and then just kind of like, oh wait, gotta focus, and then completely forget what the hell I'm talking about. I never realized this with Cat when I was a kid. Even though I think he directly says it. The connotation in a lot of what they say changes a lot in Reignited as well. It's funny because the dialogue is all exactly the same. What the hell was that, like, crappy motion with Maybe it's because I fell behind. But the dialogue, as written, is all exactly the same. I'm fairly certain. Unless they changed a couple things to be politically correct. Whatever. But beyond that, I think it's all the same, but some of it comes out really differently. Like, I'm sorry, we skipped the very memeable "I'm a fawn, you dork," whereas it seems kind of playful in Reignited. She's like, haha, I'm a fawn, you dork, almost like flirty. Whereas in the original, she seems like really offended. I'm a fawn, you dork. She's getting very testy because it's an offensive thing, I guess.
Legend.
Which, I mean, makes sense. Spyro does call her a goat. If I was a pretty young lady with fuzzy legs, I would be pretty offended being called a goat, I think. It just changes a lot, I guess. I just don't like it as much, I guess. Again, I feel like they're messing with my childhood. I think I mentioned that in the last video. And yet here I am, playing the game for the 1000th time. So I obviously am not that mad. I just think it could have been done better. Why didn't they consult me? Probably because I have no public presence, even amongst people I know. Oh no, that's the one that's like standing in front of the thing.
Flying.
Tank cannon doesn't work right, because I don't aim. I think that's everything. Teaching you how to use a cannon. Yeah, I think this is the first time you actually sit on a cannon and shoot it in Spyro. Like any Spyro. I don't think you do it... Yeah, you don't do it at all in Spyro 1. I don't think we've done it up to this point in Spyro 2. Alright, I think I got everything over here. We'll be back for the question mark chest. The reskinned enemy that they use in every freaking game, the barrel thrower. Cannon time. Ow. Sorry, kind of had to try hard there for a second. Not that I know what the hell I'm talking about. I'm not sure what I was talking about. But at this point, it's completely out of my mind. This level in particular kind of making me want to play Hearts of Iron. I thought for sure that last one was going to get it. Good thing I had my helmet on. Sorry. It's a funny line. Because he's in like this whole building just chock full of TNT. But he's okay, because he has his helmet on. I always found this kind of cool too. For one, I kind of like that guy's just gonna float there for the rest of his life, I guess. He's counted as in the pen, I don't care. But you get the first orb for 5 of these guys, and then Little Bo Peep of Nightmares mentions how she hasn't seen the other 2 cowlicks for ages. But of course, there's there's these 3 that are like right in the area, so that's obviously 3 of the first 5. But then the 2 sets of 2 could be either of the 2 sets because they're both kind of hard to get over here. So it's unclear which 2. She is a loose pronoun. This thing. I don't want to call it a she. It's a thing. It's a nightmare creature. Like there's literal nightmare creatures in Spyro 1, but those 2, those guys, they've got nothing on that thing. That little Bo Peep. I remember seeing a meme or something when Reignited was coming out, and it was something along the lines of why we really want to see the game, to see what the hell this guy looks like in high definition, and it just showed one of the guys from this level because they are interesting. By interesting, I mean I can't sleep well at night. If I'm being honest, though, things that make me not sleep well at night from my childhood, that would be Courage the Cowardly Dog. I mean, you can take half the episodes from Courage and find messed up shit. Specifically, though, I'm talking about King Ramses. Return the Slab. That still kind of creeps me out to this day. I wouldn't say I'm, like, super not scared of things, but I tend to think I'm above the grain on it. That freaks me out. King Ramses. Just leave me the fuck alone. It's making me think that... God damn it, I think I hit the wrong button. To try to put, like, a little bit of a horror essence in my D&D stuff again. Something just with realism in a D&D game is that it's kind of hard with players that know the monster. Well, not even just players that know the monsters, but players know that it's a game. So you put something that people would be absolutely terrified of, and then the D&D players just run up to it and kill it like it's nothing because it's D&D. It's a game. That's what happens. But thinking of that, I'm actually reminded that I once actually freaked the hell out of my characters. My players. Basically, they had entered a ghost town and then found a guy who was taxidermying all of the prior residents of the town who had been killed by bandits. More than less, Borderlands 2 has the one Captain Scarlet and her Pirates Booty DLC, where there's the one guy, Shade, I think his name is Shade. He basically does the same thing. He pretends that everybody in the town is still alive by stuffing them and putting speakers in his very poor voices for everybody. Just having all of that. Having all of them act like they're still alive and definitely not having died of thirst. I basically took that and put it in a more D&D setting because I thought it would be cool. I didn't even think that would be kind of a horror thing. It very much turned into it. My players, they wanted out. They did not want to make friends with this guy who was walking around taxidermying people. Of course, he didn't kill the people. The bandits killed them. He just wanted to continue on with his everyday life. I don't know. It was fun. It was a good time. It is possible. That was weird. And I'm also reminded that Spyro loves to reuse mechanics and everything they can. That Private Romeo, there's in Spyro 3, there's references to there's another little mini game side quest which is all about Romeo and Juliet. Basically the same idea. on. I can't flame you from here because you're just going to fall in the hole. Look at that ass. What a thing of beauty. What's a beaut? That is beaut as in B-U-T-A-E as well. In case there's any confusion there. I've always kind of liked the seed side quests. They're kind of puzzly. I like the puzzles. I would say let's do a playthrough of like Professor Layton because I haven't played most of those games in a while. But one, I haven't played them in a while. But once you do know a puzzle, you pretty much know the puzzle, except for slider puzzles. But I don't like those as much. Slider puzzles aren't so much like critical thinking as just finding a process and working it through to the end. Or finding, like... I'm not big on Rubik's Cubes either, because that's just memorizing a pattern. I don't even think Rubik's Cubes qualify as puzzles at all. Because anybody that solves a Rubik's Cube quickly, it's not due to their ability to look and see the quickest way through. It's just because they've memorized the pattern that solves Rubik's Cubes. That was weird. I don't know. My personal preferences. I like puzzles that you have to kind of like sit and think about. But I don't think a Professor Layton game, even one that I didn't instantly know all the answers to, I don't think it'd be a very fun thing to watch. As you sit there and watch me just, well, that was weird. Just watch me staring at a screen for a half hour at a time trying to figure out a puzzle. Even though I just said I should know most of the puzzles pretty quick. Any that I would know, you'd be like, oh, well, there we go. That was a 5-second puzzle. And then any I wouldn't, I'd be sitting there for half an hour staring at a screen trying to figure it out. And all of you just getting horribly infuriated at me for not understanding. I did this once where I skipped the orb here. I've got to actually get it. Okay, that wasn't much of a spit, Spyro. I just said I like these mechanics with like the growing the plants. I think it's used twice. There's once here and then once in Spyro 2, and I think that's it. I guess if they used it more, it would get pretty dry pretty quick. But again, it's kind of a puzzle thing. I like the puzzle things. I like having to use the old brain noodle and figure things out. The brain noodle. What the hell am I talking about? Apparently I am now 5 years old. I've regressed in age, I'm sorry.
Romeo.
Romeo. That's all she says. I just realized this is kind of another reference too, because there's the war between the breeze builders, the birds, and the land blubbers, these snail people. That there's the whole war between them, just like in actual Romeo and Juliet. The two families are all but at war with each other, and then there's the lovers on each side. Their forbidden love. I hate life. Oh no, he didn't fly back. He just flew up, and I don't know. But yeah, I didn't even realize that this kind of references that too, because he's a land blubber. She's a pretty bird. I want to know what they were drinking when they made land blubbers. I mean, it's obviously a play on words of land blubber, but when they designed that they would be like big snails. Obviously the lead designer was not at work that day, and it was too late by the time he got back. And these things. Like, the lead designer was just not here the day they made this. This whole level is just fucked up. Fun, but fucked up. It would be better with some supercharges. With how open so much of this level is, too, it would actually be like a lot better with supercharges. I think Mr. Supercharge himself says it would be better with supercharges. I've now, I'm known as Mr. Supercharge. I hope everybody knows that. I hope that's common knowledge at this point. I didn't even pay attention to where the thing went. I was looking because there was a purple gem in the background there. Gotta get the purple gemmer. Okay. Hopefully this is the rest of this level.
Okay, Spyro.
Oh, okay. Opening dialogue. Okay, well, I guess it wasn't. Oh, there might be some, like, right at the end of the level. Ah! Ah! Okay, Spark says it's far away. Why is P point? I mean, don't get me wrong. P stands for point. It's the first letter. That makes sense. My problem is P is on the opposite end of the keyboard, and thus pretty hard to get at. I have to move my whole hand, then I have to move it back, and I usually end up putting it on the wrong keys. Which is why you keep getting Spyro, like, rolling randomly. God damn it, that's not good. Down there, boy? Okay, there's some hiding in the fucking tall grass. Once again, taking away mechanics. Also, that looks like a Hearthstone symbol. That's trademarked by Blizzard Entertainment. Toys for Bob, you're in trouble. You ought to rebrand Toys for Daniel. The first thing we're doing is remaking the Spyro. Remaking the Spyro remake. I wanted a little bit nicer. I think we got one more level for this video. We've got the ice level. Not a huge fan of the ice level. There's the little green things you gotta go kill all in sequence, which is annoying. There's finding the lost dog, which is it's just a waste of time. You sit there and you just, dog is coming, dog is coming. The enemies aren't fun. The level design's not great. The only thing I like is the big ice dragon.
Spyro.
Ice dragon. The like stone snake. What the hell am I saying? Ice dragon. Anybody? Any ideas? I mean, it was just. I guess I am a dragon that was just breathing on ice. So maybe that's why Ice Dragon got in my head. I meant the big moving stone snake, like halfway through the level. You have to pay money bags and it makes him rich. It's cool that there's ice wizards here, and there were fire wizards in a lava level. Again, just that like that poetic comparison.
Watch.
But you're wearing pink. You have a deep male voice. Because guys can't wear pink, apparently. I'm just saying she's not very pretty. I've never quite understood why like an ice wizard would be in an icy place. You would think he'd want to be somewhere else where his power would be useful. I mean, imagine the guy that goes to the Sahara Desert to sell sand. That's what's not making sense here. You wouldn't be an ice you wouldn't be an ice wizard in the ice. You'd be an ice wizard anywhere but the ice. Hey, I made it out. Now I'm gonna die. I think that's my first death. Is it? It might be. I feel like I died in the last episode somewhere. That wasn't my fault, though. Spyro got caught in an eternal fall. Right around the corner here. Because again, oh look, we're gonna add this little aesthetic of some snow here, and it's taking away from the gameplay by making me get caught on invisible walls and pathing, because they didn't actually make it a nice solid block that Spyro can reasonably land on.
Hello there.
Oh, okay, moneybags here. Take some loose change that I'm just finding. See that thing? This, the redeeming quality of this level. Makes it go from total trash to pretty bad. Ow. Again, I love Spyro though. I keep shitting on aspects, particularly of Reignited, but ultimately, Reignited's what lets me play Spyro on every system I have, because I have bought this game for every system I possibly can. I have it on my Switch, it's on my computer. I bought a PS4 to play Reignited when it came out. Since then, I've bought... I think there was a... Not a, like, full remaster, but there was, like, an HD edition of all the Jack Daxter games that came out on the PS4. I bought that. Kat and I played some Outer Worlds. Outer Worlds is okay. I kind of see it as a cross between like a realistic shooter game and Borderlands. Not that Borderlands isn't realistic, but the graphics obviously aren't meant to be super great. Look at Spyro just slide. It's okay. I'm not huge on Outer Worlds. The best part is that we got pretty invested in Pavarni's love story, which we haven't quite gotten to the end of, but we also haven't played it in a year. Fishy, 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 fish. I hate this too. Okay, there's a little bit. I was gonna say in the original, I'm gonna keep saying, there was a really satisfying plop noise of the snow leopard. George? I think it's George. There's a little bit of the satisfying plop noise, but not there. There wasn't anything.
George!
Just do plop. It was a nice time. Back in my day. Have I killed enough guys for this thing yet? Yes, I have. Okay. Oh, here we go. No, no, no. You're gonna die. I'm not sure what I would have done if my players got to this point and had to kill all these guys. This like infestation. Imagine if they failed and then like, oh yeah, this infestation is now going to take over the world. Sorry guys, you kind of fucked us all over here.
have saved.
You have saved us all from a very grisly fate. I got the achievement for bug control, but I thought I had to kill them like all in one go for that. Oh well. I guess it's one go-ish. Oh, on the topic of ice wizards being less useful where there's ice, it doesn't tick me off as much as the ice level in Spyro 3, where you get the gift from the ice fairies of, oh, you have ice breath. In the ice level, where your fire breath would be so ridiculously more helpful, they give you ice breath. Just saying. Ice breath in an ice place. It's like, oh, thanks. I needed more sand in the desert, just to keep that analogy going. It's, you know, things that make no sense. Where's the money? Sparks. Back. Oh, yeah. There's that one thing I've broken then. I'm like, I'll get the gem on my way out. I'm sure I won't forget it. Apparently I did. It cost me much more time than the 2 seconds of sitting there waiting for it. Alright. That's that done. So that's the end of the bottom part of the second world. And then there's 4 more levels and another flight to do at the top half of the second world. So we'll get into that in the next episode. Thank you, everybody, for watching, and I'll see you in the continuation. Bye-bye-bye.